Jim, we've just welcomed Jordan Keane to the club, another new signing. What do you know about him?
Obviously, he's a good player. You know, he's done well his time at Stockport. He's had a good upbringing. He's got good knowledge of the non-league. He's got a couple of promotions under his belt at Stockport. He's very well regarded in the game. Players who played with him, you know, say that he's a good leader and, you know, a winner. And yeah, he's been full time the last couple of years. Obviously up at Halifax. He's at that stage now in his career where he's 30, which I think is, you know, going from my personal point of view, 30 to 32 are good years for centre halves, because I think they are your prime years, and you know, you get to know where you're at when you're at that age. So got him at a good age. He wants to go into coaching. He's looking at making that transition now. He still had offers at the league above. You know, for one reason or another, whether it be location or this desire to be, you know, coaching within the daytime and playing part-time football with ourselves. I think that's the route he wants to go down. So we're pleased to have him on board. He's a big signing for us. As I say, he's won the division in the past. He's played at the, you know, the next level up and won that division as well, as I say, this time at Stockport. So yeah, we've got a good player on our hands, in my opinion.
He's very highly thought of, isn't he, wherever he's been? He's described as a club legend at Stockport. He's very highly thought of.
Yeah, he's done really well. He's had those promotions, and you know, Stockport did have a terrible couple of years, or quite a few years, where they were stuck at that level, and you know, they did have a nucleus of a good squad. Sam Minion being another one who's on our books as well. So yeah, I think you know, when I make a signing, or when we make a signing, you've got to speak to people. You've got to see, you know, what he's like as a character, because I think, you know, culture and environment is massive. You know, we don't want anything rocked or out of place, or you know, stupid people in the building, so to speak, that you know, going to upset what you're trying to do. So he ticks every box in that regards. You know, he's a centre half, but he has played centre mid. He's played across the back four, but you know, he's got good output in that regards. And as I say, everyone we spoke to, glowing references, you know, from people who have played against him, certainly people who he's played with. And as I say, he's come highly thought of. He'd probably still do a job he will do a job at the higher level, you know, in the National League, and he has had interest there. But as I say, location's pretty good for him. He's looking at going down a different route in his career now. You know, he's got one eye on what he's going to do after his football. So we're pleased to have him here.
Jim, I think all the players you brought in that you've spoken about them being the right fit for the club and doing a good job for the club. Has that been very important to you to get that on board?
I think it always is. I think any club at any level should, you know, do that. Obviously, there's a risk element with any signing that you make, but all you can do is speak to people. You know, got a lot of contacts with myself and the staff around in the game, and you know, when you're playing in the Northwest, you always know a couple of people who played with or against them, or managed them, or coached them. Yeah. And as I say, you know, pre-season's big, getting fit, getting organised, all that. But it's also an opportunity to get your teams to bed it in together, you know, sooner rather than later. We've done all right so far, and hopefully there's one or two more to follow. But if we can get that, and we can get that feel-good factor, and you have that good character, you know, and it does take all different characters, some quiet, who lead by example, some loud and lively, which we've got, as we know.
We know.
So, you know, we need all that, because that's what makes the environment, and we don't want everyone just sat there saying nothing. We don't want everyone chirping up and being ultra loud, but what we do want is, across the board, decent characters, people who are going to work hard, people who are going to set good standards, people who know what good looks like. Because as a staff, we pride ourselves on that, and we want the players to follow that as well. So if you can do that, it certainly puts you in, you know, on the right track, so to speak, to you know, becoming better as a football team and as a football club.
Are you excited to get going next week of the first pre-season friendly against Preston on Tuesday?
Yeah, we are. I've seen that they're sunning up in Spain or something like that while we've got the umbrellas out here. But no, it'd be nice to get back to it. Obviously, it's been a long time. We've trained hard for the last nearly 2 weeks now. Obviously, not as much as what Preston do, but we've got some, you know, good output from the lads. We've got the balls out early doors, we know where everyone's at, the standards have been good, the fitness levels have been good, the togetherness has been good, and you know, everyone's chomping at the bit to get going. We'll have an in-house game ourselves on Saturday just to get a feel for it, you know, and then we'll be ready for Tuesday's game. So, you know, we're looking forward to the games programme over the pre-season, and fixtures come out, be all good.
Brilliant. Thanks, Jim.